Hello, grandkids. It's Mema for Stories with Mema. So, I remembered some books from my past that I went to the library to look for, and they weren't there. And I even searched on other libraries, and they weren't there. So, I was able to order some of them from a thrift books or something. This is one of them, Hooray for Pig. I remember loving this book by Carla Stevens, Hooray for Pig. So let's see about this book. I loved this book, and I also read it to my children. Now I get to read it to my grandkids. Pig was making 2 big peanut butter sandwiches. He heard a knock on his door. He opened it, and there was his friend, Raccoon. "I came to tell you that I can't play with you today," said Raccoon. "Why not?" asked Pig. "Because I'm going swimming with Muskrat." "But what about our picnic?" asked Pig. "Not today," said Raccoon. "Maybe tomorrow." When Raccoon reached the gate, he turned and said, "Too bad you can't swim. Swimming isn't everything," said Pig. Pig sat on his steps. His feelings hurt a little. "Some friend," he said to himself. Then he thought about the 2 peanut butter sandwiches. "A picnic at the lake is much more fun than swimming. I'll be there just in time for lunch." When Pig got to the lake, he sat down on the grass and opened his picnic basket. "Hi, Pig!" Pig looked up. There was Otter. "How about a swim?" asked Otter. "No, thanks," said Pig. "I'm having a picnic, and besides, I don't swim." "Swimming is my favorite sport," said Otter. "I do it all the time." "You do?" asked Pig. "Sure," said Otter. "Just watch me." Otter climbed the slide. Whoosh! He slid down into the water and swam around and around and around. "It looks easy enough," said Pig. "It's very easy," Otter said. "Why don't you try it?" "I can't," said Pig. "I'm having a picnic." Do you think Pig was scared? Maybe. "Come on, Pig. The best way to learn to swim is to get wet. Just try it." "Oh, all right," said Pig. He climbed to the top of the slide and looked down. "I'm quite high up here," he said. "I'll count," said Otter. 1, 2, 3, go. Pig just stood there looking down. "Come on, Pig, don't be afraid. I'll count again. 1, 2, 3, go." But Pig did not move. "Hey, Pig," shouted Otter. "Can't you hear? 1, 2, 3, go." Still, Pig did not move. Uh-oh, and look, all the animals are lining up behind him. "Hurry up, Pig, you're holding up the line," Beaver said. "Time for lunch," said Pig, and he started to back down the slide steps. "Hey, you can't do that," shouted Beaver. "Get going." "Yeah," said Duck, who was behind Beaver on the slide steps. "I want my turn." Suddenly, everyone on the slide began to push. "Stop pushing! I'm slipping! Oh, help!" Splash! "That wasn't so hard, was it?" asked Otter. "Now try it again." "That's the very worst thing I ever did in my whole life," said Pig. "I almost drowned." Don't be silly, Pig, Otter said. The water's only up to your knees. Now hurry and do it again before you lose your nerve. I've already lost it, said Pig. I'm going home. Just because Raccoon and Otter can swim doesn't mean I have to, said Pig to himself. Not all pigs in the world swim. And he went inside his house and closed the door. The next day was very, very hot. It was so hot that Pig didn't feel like doing anything. He sat in the shade and thought about how he could cool off. Hi, Pig. There was Otter. Swimming lessons are at 10. Don't be late. I can't come, said Pig. Why not? I'm too hot. The water will cool you off, said Otter. Go get a towel. I'll wait. Otter waited, so Pig went inside to get a towel. This otter's persistent. On the way to the lake, Otter said, You're going to have fun today. Swimming isn't any fun for me, said Pig. That's because you're afraid of the water, said Otter. At the lake, Otter blew his whistle. Okay, he said, up we go. Up? Asked Pig. Up? Must I? Yes, you must. Pig slowly climbed the slide steps. He looked down. He took a deep breath. Then he closed his eyes. Splash! He did it, didn't he? Yeah. That's great, said Otter. Pig opened his eyes. I slipped, he said. Now you have to get used to putting your face in the water, said Otter. Why? Asked Pig. Because when you swim, that's what you do. Take a deep breath. Pig took a deep breath. He closed his eyes again and put his face in the water a tiny, tiny bit. You didn't put your face all the way in, said Otter. Do it again and open your eyes. What for? Asked Pig. You'll see. Pig opened his eyes in the water. He saw a little fish swimming by. It looks so easy, he said to himself. Blow a few bubbles, said Otter. Pig blew a few bubbles. Now try moving your arms and kicking your legs like this. Pig kicked his legs and moved his arms. He made little splashes. He made big splashes. He blew more bubbles. Then he sat quietly. I'm not hot anymore, he said. The next morning, Pig heard a knock on his door. He knew who it was. All set to go? Asked Otter. I still can't swim, said Pig. You will soon enough, said Otter. When they got to the lake, Otter climbed the slide and slid into the water. What are you waiting for, Pig? Shouted Otter. It's not so hot today, said Pig. I think I will wait for a while. Oh, come on in, Pig. The water's great. Pig climbed the slide steps. What if I can't? He thought to himself. He looked down. But I can. And Pig gave himself a little push and slid right into the water. That was fun, he said out loud. Look at his big smile on his face. He looks like he's having fun now. Now you're going to float, said Otter. Oh no, said Pig. Excuse me. I'll sink. Lie back. I'll hold you. Excuse me. Pig lay on his back in the water. He looked up and saw a bird fly by. Don't let go, Otter, he said. Now kick a little, said Otter. Pig kicked. Good, said Otter. He let go of Pig for a moment. Pig kept on kicking. You're swimming, said Otter. You're not touching bottom. Oh, help! I told you not to let go, Otter, said Pig. He stopped swimming and stood up in the water. Is that all there is to it? He asked. No, said Otter, but you've got a good start. Now you have to practice. Thanks for all your help, Otter, said Pig. The next day there was a knock on Pig's door. That must be Otter, Pig said, but it wasn't Otter, it was Raccoon. I came to play with you, he said. Where's Muskrat? Asked Pig. He's too bossy, said Raccoon. I can't play with you today because I'm going swimming, said Pig. Swimming? Said Raccoon. You can't swim. I'm learning how, said Pig. I'll go home and get my mask and flippers, said Raccoon. When Raccoon reached the gate, he called, Don't forget the lunch. Pig smiled. Some friend, he said, and he went inside to make 2 peanut butter sandwiches. And there he's swimming. Sometimes it's a good thing to overcome your fear, isn't it? And it's always good to learn how to swim. All right, grandkids, Mema loves you very much. I love you, a bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck. I'll read you later.